Hello, everybody. It's Flesson19, and welcome to the 1.5.8 beta branch update for February 26th. Now, I will be covering a few topics, including what is currently going on, the hotfix that was released today, and then after the beta branch video, I'm going to have an important announcement for people that watch my playthroughs or my live streams. So when this is done, stay tuned for that, if that is what you guys come to the channel for. As always, I will timestamp the video so that way you can get to the section that you are most interested in. So without further ado, since I apologized last week, I don't know what I'm going to do for you guys this week. Let's get into it. So they released a hotfix today in which they are supposedly going to fix a few things. Now, the hotfix did fix a couple things. However, in my testing, there are new problems that also have come up since then. So I'm going to run through the old problems and the ones that haven't been fixed, and then I'm going to run through the new problems that now are happening in the game. As you can see, the icons are still missing. That was not fixed in the update. Now, the Wanderer situation is a little bit more sparse, as I've had a problem with Wanderers, but also Wanderers do seem to be appearing. So they are disappearing. However, as you can see from this list, there's a bunch of them on my list. So it is something that I think might still be bugged. The problem is there. After a while, the graphics will go into what I still call potato mode, which people have seen on my channel, and it looks like you're playing on the Nintendo, or it looks like VGA graphics. It does take a while to happen, but that still does come up from time to time. Now to some of the new things that are coming up. As you can see by the looks of this mule, you will see the head right there is a little bit black. And as you can see from the pony, how, if I can get him on there, oh, now he doesn't want to come up. You can see it right there, how it's a little blue. These are actually going to change to very, very funky graphics. And none of them are really coming up at this moment. But the colors will change to something very weird. You could see it here as well with this guy, how his graphics have changed. What happens is now a lot of the icons, instead of just going to that weird little spinning symbol, they can actually come up a different color. You can see some that will come up blue, some that, here we go. There you go. As you can see, that is coming up blue right there. And they can get a lot worse than what you are seeing right here. And that is especially with saddles. Now, these saddles are not coming up, but ones like these can come up and they can literally look like a rainbow. I mean, the color of a rainbow. It's just extremely weird. So as the game goes on, you're going to end up seeing these graphics change considerably to just absolutely weird colors. Literally like you're looking at a rainbow, which you could see here. These are now starting to come up blue. That was introduced in the 1.5.8, 5.7 hotfix for today. So that is something new you are going to have to put up with. I have also received numerous reports on my channel of crashes. And it's all over the place. One person can't get into the game. Another person's getting it in the encyclopedia. They're just widespread. So I don't know what Tailworld did with this hotfix. I don't know what is going on with the code right now. But it seems every time they hotfix the game, they can't make it better. But for some reason, they make it worse. So I'm at a complete loss as to what is going on. But every hotfix makes 1.5.8 worse. When it comes right down to it, not only did they make the game worse, but I don't see any real improvement as to what we already had going on. Now, part of the problem in which I wanted to explain is how they actually go ahead and deal with uploading these patches. What happened when they internal test the game is they apply the patch to their game. However, when we get a patch, it first goes to the Steam database. For some reason, Tailworld does not download the patch through the Steam database and test it. So when it's going to the Steam database, something is happening there, and then we are getting the patch and getting all these problems. So for some strange reason, they do not test the game through the Steam database. Therefore, as I said a long time ago, they are testing the game differently than what we are testing the game. And there needs to be something fixed there to where they either test the Steam database or they need to have some of us as testers test it to figure out what is wrong before critical patches like this hit the beta branch, which is making the game virtually unplayable. I am pushing through it the best I can, but as people can see from my live stream, when I have to reload every half an hour to 2 hours, it really starts to get to you. So I'm not sure what they need to do, what situations they need to solve, or what changes they need to make. But 1.5.8 is now worse than it was a week before, if you can believe it. With all that being said, and not taking up too much of your day, once again, do not play 1.5.8 unless you are a specific beta tester or you have the patience to put up with what is going on with all the problems. It is, once again, as I will call, a unmitigated disaster. Steer clear of it. So to keep this nice, short, sweet, and simple, I will leave that as your beta branch update for February 26th. So if you want to find out what's going on with the other series that are going to be happening, stay tuned for that. If not, if there's anything important that comes up, once again, I will release a hotfix on it or announce it to Twitter. So that way, pay attention to that at Flesson19 so you can find out information if it is not big enough to go into a video, but still important enough to release. So for the people watching the beta branch update, I will talk to you again next week. Take care, and thanks for watching. I had something happen that is a pretty big damper. And what happened is when I went to go load up the general, I loaded up episode 25 like I normally do to begin the new episode of 26, and I crashed. So I did it again, and it crashed. So I figured, okay, it got corrupted. I went back to 24, 23, 22. I kept going back, and every one was corrupted. The first one I was able to get back to was episode 15, because episode 15 was 1.5.7. So that leaves me in a very precarious situation. For me to continue with the general series, I would have to revert back to episode 15, which is 1.5.7, and continue on. Now, you know I play normally between 30 to 40 minutes, so I would be looking at approximately a week and a half to get the general series back to where it was now. And as you know, the general series is something I really want to test to figure out medicine, but I want to do it naturally. I don't want to inflate it with the cheat program. I want to see how it compares to actual gameplay, because what I've noticed in the new gameplay is it's a lot harder to keep your troops up because you don't recruit as fast as you used to under the new recruitment system. You're slowly going to wear down your troops. So does keeping that high medicine make it easier to retain your troops as you level up? So I was in a precarious situation, and that is why I did not upload a series of general today, because I didn't have one. What do I go ahead and do? I thought about it last night, and I talked to my wife about it, and just sat down and tried to brainstorm. I thought about actually live stream. I held off on that just because of how bad 1.5.8 is. And a lot of people aren't on because I have people from all over the world, and it would have been about, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 a.m. for my European people. Here is what I am thinking of doing, and I want to get everybody's opinion. I think this is the best solution, and I hope that everybody will agree that this is the kind of solution that can get the ball rolling. So what I want to do is I want to move the general to the live stream. That way, I'm going to be able to get anywhere from 12 to 20 hours a week in the general. Now, what is one of the major reasons why I say this? After episode 25, I did calculations. I took how long it took my medicine to raise up, and then over time, did the math and multiplied it out. And playing a half an hour to 40-minute episode a day, 7 days a week, would take me approximately 3 months because of how slow medicine goes up to hit the 250 to 300. We're talking about possibly 1.6 to 1.61 before it's done. With the live stream, I could have the general from the start on a brand new playthrough up to where it is right now next week and be running new episodes. And then also I'm running another 12 to 20 hours a week. I figure I could have them 250 to 300 in more like 4 or push 6 weeks, depending on how much I play. So within a month, I could technically have him done compared to 3 months on a normal playthrough. Now, of course, the only downside to this is not everybody's going to be able to watch all of the live stream. Now, the live stream, once it's done, it stays up on YouTube. You can watch it later. And I am now time-stamping the live stream so that way you can cut out all the breaks or the reloads that I have to go through. So I'm cutting out that time so you don't have to sit there through it. That is the only downside. Although the general technically is supposed to be a test just for intelligence. So that is the only downside to do it. But I think that is the fastest way. After that, I'm going to have the Death campaign and then the new Sturgeon campaign that I was running on the live stream. I will have that as the 2 main playthroughs. I will run the Death campaign one day, the Sturgeon campaign the next day, and then keep running those every other day. So one will be released every day. That will also free up a lot more time for me to start running guides, tutorials, and tests. As people know on the channel, I want suggestions, and I keep a list full of them. I have things saved up right now that I just don't have time to do. There's a bandit-based test. There's a passive roguery EXP test. That I have a list full of things that I would like to get accomplished. Also, as you know from the caravan video and the workshop video, those 2 videos take me approximately 3 days for those 2 videos to do. And if you have a patch every 3 to 4 weeks, that means 3 days, every patch is gone. So I don't have a whole lot of time to get projects done. So while I know this would be a big change, and I know it won't be accepted by all or wanted by all, I feel like this is the best solution to get the ball rolling and have as much done and save myself from having to do certain things. It's all about trying to be efficient as possible. I do think that this is the best solution to get it done and to allow myself to get more projects done that you guys send in to me. So I think it's going to actually provide additional content by working it out this way. As I said, I know everybody will not be 100% happy with it. I know you cannot make everybody 100% happy, but I really feel like that is the smart thing to do. So the plan would be to move the general to the live stream. I will run the Death campaign and the Sturgeon campaign. I will upload 1 video a day, so each one would be every other day. That would also free up a lot of time for me to run a lot more project guides and tutorials that have been suggested by you. I have not put this plan into action as I did want to get feedback from you guys on it, because there are certain people that watch me for certain playthroughs or they watch the live stream. So I wanted to get your opinion before I enact it. That is why I waited till today after the beta branch video. I put out the Hotfix video, and I had the beta branch video, and I didn't want to put out a 3rd video. So that's why I put this at the end of the beta branch video. So I wanted to keep things as compact as possible. Give me your opinions. Let me know what you guys think about it. I personally, in my heart, feel that this is the best move to get as much done. So I'm hoping that you guys would feel the same way and see that, yeah, we can get a lot more on the channel and a lot more things done if we go ahead and make these little moves, which could be an inconvenience to some, but hopefully the benefits will outweigh that. You guys let me know what you think about it. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, take care, and thanks for watching.